I'm here with sHockWave after a 3-0, but not all 3-0s are created equal. This one felt much closer than the archetypical 3-0. I could argue you could have probably went up 2-0 in maps, seeing how those maps went. So, in your mind, how did this match play out?
Honestly, I mean, as you can see in the match, it was close, really, really close. I think what happened was that maybe we surprised ourselves that we were gonna like win, and we got too hyped. I think everyone can kind of agree on that we were like a bit too hyped in the overtime fights, and then a team like Dallas, like you just like, you can't start stressing out. Like they will just perfectly ping pong, like touch the point in overtime. Like they will really find ways to make it work. And then if you stress out and they catch your bad flank, something like that, then it's over. So yeah, we maybe got a bit too excited.
For sure. Is this something, by the way, inherently in Overwatch 2? I think it makes sense. Now there's one less person to hold the point. It just feels like it's much more challenging for teams to touch the objective now, right? In order to trigger overtime. Is that true?
Yeah, it's definitely true. Like on push, you can like manipulate it a bit, probably more than payload because push obviously goes both ways. But yeah, like on push, we definitely could have like just because especially when you have a set and you have a Discord whoever's on point and really focus them and kill them on point, like really make it a hell for them. Same on Dorado, we were playing in this like open space on second point Dorado, like you can just make it impossible for them, if you just chill, play correct. Force them to do something like crazy because that's literally what they have to do to win. So yeah, it's definitely really easy to do in this game, especially like most of the time, no diva, right? There's no big tank on point, just touching forever. So yeah, it's definitely something you can really do notice to.
For sure. Now, you had, despite the 3-0 and despite, I would say, like most of the results this stage, it definitely feels like, I think also the community realizes you guys are now way more competitive, right? What do you think
Yeah.
is like the thing that you're missing in order to get up there and like take those maps and then also eventually like, score those 3 points in a match?
I think overall, with just more practice time. I think we have had some to catch up on, like just like general concepts, like positions, and just general like comp ideas, win conditions and stuff. We are kind of lacking from the first stage. We didn't really improve a lot, so I think we've had a lot to catch up on, and feel like we're like hopefully at the breaking point of a match going our way. That like we're getting close, but like just the tiniest pieces still missing. So hopefully just keep going with more practice and we can get that win.
Of course, the big story is that Dpei came in for you guys, and you're kind of a well-traveled player, right? Like you've been coached
Yep.
by 9K, your past coaching staff, of course, also the season before that. Now with Dpei, how would you like compare Dpei to what you're used to?
For me, DB is more like counter is like Chris, I think, from uh, he's on London now, but I had him on Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, whereas it's more like the bigger picture. It's not looking at someone's like what 9K would do. I think, at least from my personal experience, he's the best like uh, individual like type of player coach. Like I remember sometimes you can. I just send like a tracer replay code or something. He breaks it down and he tells you, oh, this is how you want to place your crosser. This is how you want to blink. This is how you want to do that. And most of the time, he was just like spot on correct. So that's more individual. But I think here it's more like bigger picture, win condition, like strategy wise. They have this comp, like then we do that. Then I play bait. I don't know, stuff like that, right? It's more bigger picture. So it's more like a Chris coaching, I would say.
Sure. Now, Of course, he also came in at the time where, I mean, your strength of schedule, if it isn't the worst, I haven't looked at it, but it's among the worst that a team can have. Of course, you also are in the position that you have to play, I believe, the Shock and the Rain twice in the first half of the season, which is kind of unusual as well. So all of this is very hard. So what is your how did you frame the goals, or how did you define the goals in order to, keep the spirits up?
I think, especially Dave has been pretty good at it. Like I think just being straight up, like being realistic, like with the expectations. Because it's like I think every player probably knows that we're probably not gonna win the league, but making tournaments, winning here and there, upsets, we can play for. So I think we've been pretty like realistic about when like losing a match versus a good team. Like I don't know, like me personally, I think it goes for most everyone that some of these matches it doesn't actually feel. It sounds weird to say, obviously losing is not what you want to do, but some of the matches like you lose, but it doesn't really feel that bad to lose. So I think the worst losses are when you're versus a arguably worse team than yourself, and then you get rolled or you lose. Like that's where it feels at the absolute worst, right? Because you set high expectations and then you just completely shattered. So I think these like generally, obviously you want to like you don't want to go in and say it's okay if we lose, guys, right? But I think just be realistic about it, right? Like don't just like go in and say, oh, if we lose to Dallas, like we're like the worst, you should hate yourself. Like obviously just be realistic about it, realistic expectations. But I think we've been pretty good with that for this stage for sure.
Sure. Now, of course, I mean, there are a couple of matches still left. I think you have one match each week now. The next one that's coming up is Shock. Still haven't lost a regular season match. And then after that, that's the Justice, right? So Justice, of course, also not looking great. Just lost against a struggling Toronto. Do you still feel good about your chances being able to put the first W on the scoreboard for you guys?
Yeah, I was gonna say, because obviously, one of the Shock guys, especially 9K, I talked to him at the start. It was maybe like, because people weren't actually playing too much Sojin. I think I don't know. They were playing like Sigma, uh, Genji Hanzo, maybe like Babsen, like at the start of this stage or something. And since Doomfist has gotten more in the picture, I think Shock has not looked as good. But I actually thought like at the start, like they would just like win this stage, like in the West. Maybe some APEC team would be good with ball or something. I don't know, but it's kind of shifted towards Doom being pretty good. So for us personally, that's probably a bit more confident than that than going up just like a straight spam mirror versus Shock. So I think it's kind of developed a bit not fair, but they're obviously still good. Like double flex support meta when you have Finn and Violet, like you're kind of chilling either way, I think. So yeah, it might be a bit easier than it would have been the start of the stage. But yeah, it's still gonna be a hard match.
For sure. It feels like, yes, like Shock also probably not their best meta. It feels like you guys seem to be doing pretty well in this meta, right? Like, False is looking good.
Yeah.
Mira, of course, always like a great Doomfist over historically in the Overwatch League. How comfortable do you think you guys feel on those comps? And also, like, how do you like Soja?
I think overall meta is decently fine for us. I think the tank is like the main thing because if it was hardball meta or hard monkey meta, we would be struggling a lot probably. But I think this is okay. Like Force can play Sigma, maybe flex sometimes to Diva to counter stuff, and mirror with the Doom. I think it's fitting us decently well. And Soju, I don't know. I think I'm getting. I didn't because at first we played more fast, a lot of echo, like really fast type of dive. More like what Dallas did, Lucia comms, and then with echo. But then kind of realized in the slower comms like how good Sojourn actually was. So I don't know. I'm maybe a bit behind on Prague, but I feel like I know I can at least somewhat play out. I don't actually feel like uncomfortable on it. I don't know. I think versus Atlanta, I don't know. As the series went on, I wasn't like on Ike. I feel like it wasn't like I was getting rolled by Kai. So yeah, I'm not like uncomfortable on it. It's fun. Yeah, it's a fun character for sure though. That is true.
Is there any way for you to get reps in beyond scrims? Have you found any way for you to practice it, or do you just hit the aim labs, or what are you doing?
Impossible. That's the bad thing about it. Because we can't really. There's nothing. Like, it's just scrims, and yeah, that's it. I would probably just play the hero, like I don't know, like not even go outside, just play the hero all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not the case right now. It is what it is. It sucks, but yeah.
It should theoretically be better once the beta is public, right?
I don't know. If there's no rank and it's just quick play, I don't know. Like I was playing it. I don't know. I wasn't playing it too much because Aspire was playing it, I think, early on. But it's hard. Like I don't. If you play versus developers and plats, gold content creators and stuff, and you're a pro, like you can make anything work. Like you can play Bastion, and each Bastion is gonna look broken. So I don't know. The when you learn the most is like when you get punished. Like you limit test, you find out what you can do, what you can't do, right? But that's only versus good players. So if there are no organized like custom games or ranked, stuff like that, then yeah, it's still not gonna be good to practice Sojourn outside of scrims. It's hard.
For sure. Now, we saw you in match chat saying like hi Rastel. Do you still keep up with the Philly guys? And like you also mentioned 9K before. Do you just talk to some of them?
Yeah. Yeah, I've talked to pretty much everyone, I think. Like here and there. Roston as well, I kept up with Roston, kept up how it is in Philly and stuff. A little bit, Poco, Astro as well. Yeah, kind of have a lot of Philly players spread out all over now, so they're like everywhere.
True, yeah.
But yeah, somewhat kept up with them. At least the guy's still playing.
All right. Now, I guess we have to talk about third stage then. Do you guys think, okay, the bar is to at least qualify, get that bonus point, and then snowball that into a play-in position?
Yeah, I think that's our main goal. Just like for this stage, I think our goal was like grab win here and there if we can, 1 win, 2 wins maybe, like just whatever we can get. Even maps, like just anything, right? Get really good, and then yeah, for sure, like focus on a lot on third, like really, really, win as many matches as possible, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see with the meta, like what's gonna play out. But if it's like, if it were to be right now, I think we're in a decent spot to do good in stage 3.
Sweet. Then we wish you the best with the preparation, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you.